Custom Code is here. Custom Code says, what's one mistake you see candidates make during interviews that cost them the job, especially related to communications or teamwork? Okay, well, the number one mistake that candidates make during the job is their attitude, okay? They don't realize that what's more important than getting the answers correct all the time is your attitude, right? So if you come in there and you sit down and you're looking upset, or you look like really nervous, this kind of thing, it's like you already look like you're not the person they're going to hire before you've even opened your mouth. How you answer the question. You can get all the answers right, but get rejected outright simply because they don't want to work with you. Likability is the single biggest thing that they're looking for, especially the hiring manager. The hiring manager is going to be your boss if you get hired, okay? Like, that's who they are. That's who the hiring manager is. The recruiter, you will never see again. They just come in to help with placing a candidate and then they leave, right? But if you get hired, you probably won't have anything to do with them anymore, but you will see the hiring manager every day, most likely. They will be your boss. So the boss is thinking, like, I'm talking to many candidates. I could hire any of them. Which one would I prefer to hire? And a big part of that is, which person do I most want to work with? So likability and having a rapport with people is very important. So the biggest mistake that a lot of, especially younger people or less experienced people make when they go to job interviews is they don't realize, they don't place the importance on that they should, right? You should come in and you should try and be personable, even in the face of people that really, quite frankly, they're not that personable themselves. They might not be super professional. They might be almost borderline rude, but, I hate to say it. It's like, if you sort of get all offended and, act like, this job is totally beneath you. And, it doesn't matter what you say from that point on. They're not going to hire you because your attitude has disqualified you. So rapport and likability are number one. It's stupid, but it's true. So place the importance on that it deserves, simply to prevent yourself from being held back. Okay? That's what I would say.